Close your eyes and try to imagine a time so distant that human memory cannot reach it. No roads, no towers, no firelight glowing in the dark. The earth existed long before the first whisper of language, long before the first hand pressed paint against a cave wall. What was this world like? To answer, we must slip back through the corridors of deep time, to a planet that was stranger, harsher, and more magnificent than we can easily imagine. A restless beginning, Kent. The Earth did not begin as a quiet blue marble. It was born in violence. In the early solar system, space was a battlefield of rock and ice colliding endlessly. From that storm of debris, Earth emerged young, unstable, and aflame. The ground seethed with rivers of molten rock. The sky was a haze of poisonous vapors. Enormous asteroids slammed into the surface with such force that oceans boiled away. This was no place for life. It was a raw world, half-formed, roaring with fire. 10. Yet, even in such destruction, the seeds of possibility were hidden light. The first seesaw. Over eons, the fury softened. Rain fell and fell until great basins filled. Steam rose in endless clouds, and when it cleared, oceans glittered under the newborn sun. These waters became Earth's cradle. 2. Within them, something mysterious stirred. Tiny chemical sparks gave rise to the first fragile structures of life. They were not animals, not plants, just microscopic beings, smaller than dust motes, yet destined to change everything. The planet, once silent stone, now held a pulse. Invisible ruler sky. For an unimaginable span of time, these simple organisms were the only inhabitants of Earth. Entire ages passed with nothing more complex than single cells drifting through seas. But they were not idle. They breathed, they multiplied, they learned to harness sunlight. Slowly, they released oxygen into the air. Tide. Imagine a world reshaped by creatures too small to see. These microbes, patient and persistent, transformed Earth's skies and waters. Without them, the future would have remained barren. With them, the air turned breathable, and the door opened for life to grow more daring. Tiens, a burst of creativity too. Then came the explosion, the Cambrian. Suddenly, oceans teemed with bizarre new creatures. Some scuttled on armored legs. Others waved feathery limbs to capture drifting food. Strange eyes glittered in the dim sea, the first hunters seeking prey. Toined hum, it was a carnival of shapes, a grand experiment in survival. The seas, once hushed, became theaters of pursuit and escape. The drama of predator and prey had begun, and evolution found life on the land. Eventually, the edge of the water was crossed. Green shoots appeared first, clinging to damp rocks, drinking sunlight. From these pioneers spread the earliest forests, low, spongy landscapes that gave Earth its first shade. Then, insects arrived, buzzing across primitive leaves, and amphibians followed, dragging themselves onto solid ground. 12. The empty continents filled with sound, the hiss of insects, the croak of early reptiles, the rustle of leaves stirred by wind. What had once been barren stone now breathed with life. Tia, the reign of dinosaurs. And then came the giants. The age of dinosaurs stretched across millions upon millions of years. Some strode like towers over plains, their necks sweeping through treetops. Others raced like hunters, jaws lined with serrated teeth. In the skies, winged reptiles cast shadows over lagoons. In the seas, monstrous reptiles churned the waters. Tane. For a long span of time, Earth was theirs. Every ecosystem, from swamp to forest to desert, bore their mark. They were not alone. Of course, ferns, cycads, insects, and small mammals filled the background. But dinosaurs dominated the story of life as no other creatures had before them. Catastrophe from the sky can't, but even the mightiest rains end. 65 million years ago, a visitor arrived from space, a vast asteroid, descending faster than thought. When it struck, the world shuddered. Flames consumed forests. Dust choked the sky, turning day into twilight. Within a short geological moment, the dinosaurs were gone. Their age ended not with a slow decline, but with an abrupt silencing. Entire families of plants and animals vanished beside them. Yet, as so often in Earth's tale, destruction carried within it the seeds of renewal. Kiered, the rise of mammals slay. From the shadows crept the survivors, small mammals that had once lived unnoticed beneath the feet of giants. Freed from competition, they began to change. Some grew larger, filling the niches left behind. They became horses, whales, bears, primates. Birds, two heirs of the dinosaurs, spread their wings and songs across the globe. The earth was alive with new voices. Grasslands spread, forests shifted, and great herds thundered across plains that had never known human eyes. Mammoths roamed icy lands. Saber-toothed cats stalked them. Giant ground sloths lumbered through tropical forests, while vast flocks of birds blackened the skies as they flew. It was a world vibrant and untamed, a world not yet touched by thought or civilization. Before Uslite Tor, if you could walk through those times, you would not find cities or language, but you would find wonder. Imagine standing on a ridge as a herd of woolly mammoths moves across the horizon, or listening to the roar of an ancient lion echoing through a valley. Imagine the forests of giant ferns swaying in prehistoric winds, insects humming in the shadows, rivers carving their way through landscapes unmarked by roads. This was the earth before us, vast, wild, and wholly its own. A stage for the future retimed all of it. Every fiery eruption, every extinction, every burst of evolution was part of a story leading toward the present. Without the tiny microbes that filled the air with oxygen, our lungs could not breathe. Without the fall of the dinosaurs, mammals might never have spread. Without the restless shifting of continents and climate, life would never have learned to adapt and thrive. By the time humans finally appeared mere hundreds of thousands of years ago, the Earth had already lived more lives than we can easily imagine. We are not its beginning, but its late. Closing thought said, before humanity, the Earth was not empty. It was filled with oceans alive with alien shapes, forests dense with ferns, plains crossed by creatures lost to time. It was a world older, deeper, and perhaps more mysterious than the one we know today. To understand this story is to realize something humbling. Humanity is young. We walk upon a planet shaped by billions of years. A planet that has burned, drowned, frozen, and bloomed countless times before us. The world did not wait for humans, it thrived without us. And perhaps, in the far future, when our own age has passed, it will thrive again in ways we cannot yet imagine.